Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. You can make it round the world when the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
You're now listening to the Brothers of the Five. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, G Major. At power forward, Al B. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the Brothers of the Five.
Add one more plus me and
Man, it's so good to be here tonight. Small little delays don't stop us. We just kind of keep the train moving. It seems like everybody is geared up tonight, and there's a reason. There's a focus. There's an energy. There's an excitement back in our spirits as our teams prepare for next year already. Already.
I thought the Cowboys were still playing.
Oh no, they've been done for. I'll call you about it, man.
We on the same schedule as the Colts.
Oh, hey, that's good. That's good. We just want to make sure you know that.
Hey, we'll see you next year.
Thank you, Cindy Townsend. Thank you. We working on some stuff over here. We trying. How's everybody feeling tonight? Everybody good?
Good, man.
Good.
You know what? I apologize, Cam, because you're right. I should technically be in my Laker gear today since this is the anniversary. You kill it, Cam. You can't. You got to be unmuted. Now talk to her. There you go.
It's okay. I'm holding it down for us.
I mean, I got the hat right here. I ain't gone too far. So I keep it close to my heart. But this is definitely the anniversary of the passing of Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and the 7 other people that were on that helicopter that shocking day 2 years ago. That should have been the tip off for everybody that 2020 was going to be terrible. Like there was no way 2020 was going to be good after that. It was like,
man, it's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years, man. It's been 2 years. And it's crazy because that happened in 2020, and 2020 just got progressively worse after that.
Sure did. It sure did.
It was amazing. Any thoughts real quick before we jump into the rest of the show about that day or about how you feel on the backside of that day years ago?
Well, that was extremely tough. I had went on that road trip, that Laker road trip where they played Brooklyn, New York, Boston.
Oh wow!
Me and Jesse went, and we didn't go to the Philly game. That was a Sunday game,
right?
That's the day we found out. I'm like, I was asleep out the church. My phone blowing up, and I had about 70 missed calls. And
yeah.
That was devastating, man. Just to lose somebody of his stature that has such a voice everywhere, not only in the sports community. That was tough.
I'll tell you, the most shocking part of the day for me was seeing it emerge the way that it did. Well, two things. Number one, from a journalist perspective, it was shocking to see so many people at the beginning because they were trying to be first, get it wrong. and that was both shocking and insulting. Because there were stories. Oh, I think Rick Fox is on the thing. Oh, I think this person's on the thing. And I was like, stop trying to be first. Can we get this right, please? Yeah. This is a man's life that we're talking about. And then there was one report that his whole family was on the thing. So it was crazy. That whole thing was crazy. So that was that. But then as the day started to settle down, I just remember how much it hit me. And I guess you don't realize how much somebody means to you until a moment like that. Then you go, wow. And it just, I don't know, man. I had a hard time with that one. For some reason. There's weirdly enough, celebrity-wise, there have been two passes that really affected me. Prince and Kobe Bryant for very different reasons. But for very, very different. But that one hit me kind of hard, man.
Hey, they both wore purple.
Obviously, there's a theme developing. But I guess I felt connected to both in my own little way, even though I didn't know either one of them personally. So it was just weird. But Chad, Reggie, what about y'all?
I mean, man, for me, man, I still, it's kind of one of those things that you look back in life and like, where was I at? Or when you hear about it, where were you at during that time? And I think about it all the time. I was on my way back. Me and my mom had went to Little Rock.
Okay.
And we were driving right. You know what 380 is, and you get into Greenville.
I do. All of our listeners do, but I do.
Yeah. Go getting right into Greenville. When you get outside of Greenville and you're going Princeton is your next stop.
Right.
Greenville to Princeton. And in between there, the radio, it just blasted on the radio. Like usually I have, your Bluetooth going, we had our radio. I had the radio playing and it came out about Kobe Bryant. And then you heard all the other little rumors and things like that. And I looked at my mom, I'm like, maybe this isn't true, Mom. Maybe they're getting this wrong. I said, let me look on ESPN.
Right.
And when I first looked on my ESPN app, it wasn't there.
Right.
And then I go down the road a little bit longer. I think right before we got to Princeton, I clicked on the app again and it was there. Yeah. And it just felt like, all the wind in your sail, just like, you just like, no, I can't believe this. It was such, and you felt like it was your brother. It felt like it was super close to you. Yeah. And it is in the point as men, it's like your eyes got watery. Let's be honest, your eyes got watery. And it was such an emotional time, and you just felt, because when you connected to basketball, you connected to sports, he was that sport. Let's be honest. He was part of that sport. When you thought about basketball, you talk about NBA, you think about the Lakers and the Spurs rivalry, and you think about that. And it's like at that moment I was like, when I was like ready to choke Kobe, I felt bad, because he was a rivalry.
Right.
Like Kobe getting on my nerve, like but it just, man, it was just, I don't know, that emotion that just ran through your body that day. It can't be explained.
It's good, man. Good.
Yeah, no sentiments like everybody else. Where you were at that time of day, and what you were doing. I think I was coming home from church. We just stopped at Chipotle, and then I was coming in my room, and then my wife, I think she said like Kobe passed. I was like, nah, you tripping, nah. And then I was checking, like Reggie said, checking the news and everything. And then I saw TMZ. I was like, man, TMZ don't really know anything. And so I just kept checking, and then that ESPN thing hit, and it was like, and then Rick Fox is gone, they say, and then his daughter is gone. Like,
right, it was a mess.
So I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm not a Lakers fan, but respect Kobe and everything he's done and what he was trying to do for the women's game, and how he had a special bond with his daughter, and all you guys are girl dads, and I haven't achieved that yet, but I'm wearing the Black Father shirt, in honor of Kobe and everything he represented in that
are you working on that?
aspect. Always working, brother.
Yeah. Negotiations are forthcoming.
Always working.
As I understand.
My bad, man. My bad.
Well,
All about negotiation.
I'm not about to get into that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's hilarious. What's
wrong with you, man?
He's in a good place. He's in a good place right now. He's in a good place. I tell you, that's funny. The thing that
set up.
Yeah, right. The thing that you reminded me of, Reggie, is where I was. I actually, ironically, was sitting with my girls watching TV. We had just finished our Sunday routine of our Sunday breakfast, and we were just enjoying a beautiful Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday. I knew I was going. I think I was going to watch the Royal Rumble later on that day. We was all excited because that's something that me and the girls love to do every year, and we was excited. It was just an exciting day. I think because the Pro Bowl was that day, or was supposed to be at some point during that day, and it was just the thing I remember. The one memory I will never forget is watching the games and all of the NBA players as they found out.
Oh yeah, and
it was just like the shock that just kept hitting. I mean, I can still see Tyson Chandler's face. I can still see Trae Young. I can still see Kyrie. I can still see all these different players when they found out. And even Tim Duncan sitting on the bench during trying to coach the game, and he's wiping the tears from his eyes. And I'm like, man, how is this real? Like, it just did not feel real. It did not feel real. So
I think the other thing, the other significant thing, I think LeBron passed him that Philly game.
He did. The night before.
Yeah.
The night before. Yep.
Yeah.
And that was what was tripping. That was trippy too, because that was his last tweet.
Right.
Yeah. So rest in peace to the Mamba, man, and to his family and all of the families that suffered loss that day. That was a really, really, really tough thing. We do have some other breaking news. I am going to lightly discuss it because I know we're going to discuss it in greater detail tomorrow on Believe in the ACC at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. But we do have a firing today, a in-season college basketball firing. Let me just say this. You know it's bad when it's an in-season college basketball. That's in-season. We are in the middle of the season. And they were like, no, we don't have another day to waste. So they fired Chris Mack at the University of Louisville today. Ironically, well, initially I thought it was, but I just got the numbers again, and there was an erroneous report that said it was $12 million. It was actually 4.5.
Oh, okay.
Because I was thinking that too, bro. I was like, $12 million for what you did? $12 million.
Hey man,
but it was 4.5. It was 4.5.
You tell Louisville that they can call me and fire me for 4.5 any day.
Right.
I know Al is happy right now.
Listen, right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably all of Louisville is excited right now. Brad, you bring up an amazing question. Again, I know we're going to discuss it because I have a lot of behind-the-scenes information that I'm going to reveal tomorrow. But I will ask my guys here today, who do you think? There are some names floating out there that are very interesting. But who do you guys think could replace him at the University of Louisville?
The disdain for Louisville basketball. So
you got to put that aside. You got to put that aside, Chad. Chad, we won. It's over.
That sounds real personal.
It was, man. It was. But we won. It's over. You were there when we won, Chad. You saw it. You saw the confetti come down and our names go up in lights. It was us.
I know.
All right.
Who did they beat?
Chad, it was goaltending. I agree with you. It was goaltending.
No.
I mean, it was.
No.
You know what? I'll give you the goaltending. That don't mean you still lost. I mean, that didn't. You can have the goaltending all you want. We still won, You guys got any thoughts real quick before we jump into the rest of the show? I know it's kind of fresh. It's like
it's kind of fresh. That's something.
Yeah, 93 hours old. Okay, we'll tune in tomorrow morning. We got a lot of thoughts.
I gotta do my homework on that.
We got a lot of thoughts. Al B was there. He said he was there too. Oh, you should have seen him. Al was probably being showered with the confetti. You didn't see him over there. It's fine. Snoopy, I don't know about that. That's a little bit. Okay. Let's jump into the show. Goodness gracious. Maybe I'm just gonna say this. This is my humble opinion. I've been watching football my whole life. I've never seen a divisional round of football where all 4 games were this good.
Yes.
Normally you might get 1, possibly 2, not 4. They were all good. So I got no complaints, and I feel bad for this weekend in the Super Bowl because they got a lot to live up to. So let's start with the AFC, and there's no other place really to start but that Bills-Chiefs game. And I want to start by simply saying this, and I want to direct this to my Cowboy fans, for all my Cowboy fans. I know Cowboy fans are confused, like, how did we get involved in this? You got involved. You got involved because during that game, at the end of that game, I'm starting at the end, you got a chance to see what you actually can do with good clock management. There are actually things you can do. For example, you can hold on to all your timeouts and not use them recklessly. You can throw the ball down the field as opposed to running it. You can hit your best players. You can hit. I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm just making a parallel. You can hit your best players in the moment of crisis. These are just few little things that you can do with 13 seconds worth of time, as evidenced by Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, Marquise. Well, Al, that's not necessary. I don't think that type of aggression is necessary at all.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the clock management was beautiful. The players actually on the field taking accountability and doing making up adjustments on the fly on the field. That's always good as well.
Yeah.
That game, if it not been for Gabriel Davis, that game wouldn't have been close.
I'm going to say this though. I'm going to say, say it again.
If it not been for Gabriel Davis and Josh Allen connecting, that game wouldn't have been close.
Why do you think he was open though, Chad? Come on, man. You talk like a Cowboy fan, bro.
You can easily say if it weren't for Mahomes and Tyreek Hill connecting together, that wouldn't be close.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying it was a great game.
I disagree with Chad on this one.
I'm just saying
I'm with Cam. I'm getting the Cam look right now.
I'm just saying you would not expect. Yeah, you wouldn't expect Gabriel Davis to be
Bro, when you double teaming Diggs and you got a linebacker under Beasley and all that stuff, you do expect that.
Right. But hold on. With Tyrann Mathieu out and the inability to play Diggs straight up, don't you have to double team Diggs?
I agree, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. Gabriel Davis is open because of
that's what I'm saying. Like he's supposed to be open.
Are we not gonna give the route that Gabriel Davis?
I'm not saying that either. I'm just
saying I'm not taking anything from the performance. The performance was amazing. Obviously, it's the greatest one we've ever seen.
Well, let's say this: what if in the 13 seconds that Leslie Frazier decided to drop 8 instead of dropping 7 and only rush 3? To me, I mean, great. Not knocking from Mahomes. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't drop 8.
And Greg, I see your question. So give us a second because we definitely coming to that OT.
And why he didn't press a little bit on Tyreek Hill or somebody else? That's a lot of what else there because I'm still not letting Leslie Frazier off on his last 13 seconds.
Come on now.
That's me being my devil advocate.
See, I'm gonna tell you something. I understand what people are saying about that 13 seconds. They want to get Leslie Frazier. If you want to crucify him, go right ahead. I personally wouldn't, but and here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I'm saying that I wouldn't crucify him. 13 seconds, under normal circumstances against normal teams, should be plenty enough time to hold a team back, and win that game under normal circumstances. But and I'm gonna just say this: I think there's only 4 quarterbacks. Maybe there's a few more, but there's definitely only 4 this year in the league that could have done what Patrick Mahomes did. 2 were on that field, and 2 had just been sent home. So 13 seconds.
Are you talking about Dak?
No, not Dak. Dak was not one of the guys I was thinking of. I was not thinking of Dak. I was thinking. No, come on, y'all know who I'm talking about. That was. I didn't bring that one up, Chad. That was this guy over here. I didn't bring that.
That's fine.
Yeah. But I'll say this. I think the 13 seconds should have been more than enough. It did, and I agree with you, Reggie. They should have game planned differently. Hell, drop 10 back and just let Mahomes run the ball up the middle of the field and let that be the game. But I don't know.
Well, I'm not crucifying them though. I'm not saying it. I just didn't understand. And like I said, I'm not the coach. I'm just understanding why are you rushing 4 when you ain't got the Mahomes all game. And to be honest with you, and then when you drop 3, when you dropped 8 the last time, rush 3, they couldn't complete anything. So I'm not saying Leslie, because man, crap. Sorry guys, can y'all see me?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm not saying I'm blaming this on Leslie. I'm not taking Mahomes. That was just great plays. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm just being a little devil advocacy here. Devil, you know what I'm saying? That word.
Yeah, I got you. We got you.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, why do that? Why not? I mean, because if you're going for a Hail Mary pass, how many are you rushing?
2, 3,
3.
I'm not. I don't really care about that as much.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't care. But give it to Mahomes and just great pass and great. But I mean, how do you let the tight end go straight down the middle though? That's the question there.
Well, you know what? And what's crazy is there's a video that's floating out there from NFL Network who had Kelsey mic'd up. He literally called the last 2 plays in that regulation. Really? Like he called it. He said, "Hey man, go over here. I'll shield you off, Tyreek, and we'll get this first one." And that's exactly what they did. Then on the second play, he went to Mahomes. He said, "Hey man, I think the seam is going to be open," which it was. I mean, I was like, "Jesus, man, what are you, a savant? Like, how did you see? I mean, they're just a smart football team, man."
And not Leslie Frazier. Maybe Leslie Frazier told them what to cover, and the players didn't make it happen because they was worn out.
Very true. Well, Reggie, to your point about them being worn out. And again, Greg, I haven't got your overtime question because I think that's important too. But that last 2 minutes it was as much about the greatness of the offenses as it was, I thought, about the fatigue of the defenses. I think those defenses were just, they had given all they had in that game, man. And there wasn't nothing. Why are you looking like that, Cam? You don't believe that?
Okay.
No, come on, Cam. It's a sports show. Come on.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts, Cam, on the defense. What do you think?
I'm listening. I'm getting educated right now.
He got that look like he want to say.
Yeah, he got to look like he ain't educated nothing.
Okay. Well, let me give it to you then. Let me give it to you.
Go ahead.
Tyreek Hill's the fastest man in the NFL.
That is facts.
What was y'all doing?
That is facts.
What?
Okay,
bro, listen. I might rush 1 or 2 people at the most. I don't get it. Like it don't make sense.
And you have that's the thing that I'm saying. Nobody pressed on. You're supposed to have at least one person pressing on him.
Oh man, Tyreek Hill is the fastest person in the league.
I don't even think it matters because once he gets the ball, it's over.
No, but here's the thing: Yeah, you can say that, but put 5 people around them, you can probably contain them. Why are so many people rushing? I got every cornerback in the game that I got on my roster right now. It doesn't make sense. And here's the thing. Here goes the bigger picture.
Okay.
Buffalo just lost their assistant GM to New York.
They did.
They're going to lose their head coach, probably to New York or somewhere, and they might lose the defensive coordinator somewhere.
Yeah.
This may be in Josh Allen's chance right here because Belichick is only getting better. Belichick just put that defense in great situation.
Wait a minute, hold on. We got breaking news, hot take of the night so far. You think they may have lost their chance? Like this might be
Buffalo, but listen, if New England get back on top, I don't care what quarterback you got. Belichick will put a team out there that will mess you up. And I'm just saying, this might have been his chance with all the pieces, with everything coming together. It is so hard to get back. Like it's hard to get back.
It is hard to get back. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mac Jones.
Ask Tampa Bay if it's hard to get back.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is only going to get better, man. So
he's only going to get better.
I understand what you're saying about Tyreek Hill, although that touchdown he scored.
No, I'm not going to say nothing about that.
I don't understand how he did it.
And the crazy thing about it, he almost screwed himself up. Did y'all hear? Did you see that, right? Because I looked, I was like, I know this dude didn't just throw a peace sign at the 10-yard line. I know he didn't do that. Yeah. And thank goodness for the referees that they didn't flag him, because I believe if it was a regular season game, they would have flagged him.
They would have flagged him. 1,000%. 1,000%.
But does it matter if he scored a touchdown? Don't it come? The flag is after the.
No, he did it at the 10-yard line.
Well, they would have. I think they would have got him at the 10. They would have
got him at the 10. So he wouldn't have counted.
Which they probably would have eventually scored anyway. But
right, but what I'm saying on that one is like, come on, Tyree, you just made one of the most impressive plays in the world, and you're gonna throw a peace sign?
I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't mad about that. That was
that's his thing, though. That's what he's saying. Catch him if you can.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of impressed by it. I was like, hey, brother, you bad.
Hey, you know, back when Ray now was playing, he threw that peace sign one time across that middle.
Oh, they'd lit him up if they could catch him.
If they could catch him, I don't think they would have caught him.
Yeah.
Listen,
that
was an amazing play. I do want to ask the question that Greg asked. I think it is important. Is it finally time to change the overtime rules to something more conducive to college in the NFL, giving every team at least a chance to get the ball?
No.
Because will we be talking about this if Buffalo would have got the ball first? Because whoever won the coin toss, I'm a true believer. Now, I could be wrong. Whoever won the coin toss was going to win that game.
It's hard to argue with that, because the Chiefs had to Chad's point, the Chiefs had no answer for Gabriel Davis. None. And I'm still looking for that DB who got his ankles crossed up. He clearly, I'm looking on the injury report for him right now. When they got crossed up for the Chiefs, that was embarrassing.
Hit him with the Hizzo.
Oh my God. I said, bro, this ain't basketball. Why you doing that, man? Like that? He has a family. He got to go home and show his face to his kids later.
If they change the overtime, though, the game probably still be going on right now. I don't know.
No,
because I don't know, man. He might be right. Because couldn't nobody stop nobody that last 2 minutes.
Yeah, but they do need to change it, though. I think everybody needs.
I don't think they need to change
shot.
Please don't mess the game up. Please don't.
You think about this. Buffalo scored in what, 40 seconds?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, the whole last 2 minutes was insane.
Well,
that was insane. 25 points in 2 minutes. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. If you're talking Jimmy Johnson, if you're talking Bill Belichick, if you're talking some of these other coaches, Tom Coughlin, these old school coaches, Mike Tomlin, they're gonna probably make sure that even the 13 seconds is not on the clock. They're gonna it's situational football. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna cause you to do some things, cause you to do some different things to react and stuff like that. Like I mean, come on. If this was Green Bay and they were playing Green Bay, let's just say if, and they left Aaron Rodgers 35 seconds.
Yeah, they lose.
They lose. So I'm just saying, like, that's part of the game that Somebody else did that. Fournette. When Fournette ran in and they left all that time. I'm like,
just out of pure guilt, Chiefs fans have teamed up to donate $250,000 to the O'Shea Children's Hospital in Buffalo. They've been donating to different causes. I think they donated to something Josh Allen had going on. I think they feel bad that because it was the kind of game you don't want to see anybody lose, but you know somebody's got to lose. But I don't know. Do you give? To me, is giving makes it worse. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the money, but that don't change what happened on the field. Like we just got our behinds kicked. Like I don't know.
Well, did San Francisco give anything to Dallas when they lost?
They did not. They felt no way about it whatsoever. So I don't know. I get it. I get the gesture, and I think it's nice that they did it, but it don't really change anything that happened. But last question about that game. And then I want to go. We're gonna circle back around to what you said a minute ago, Cam, about this might be their last chance when we get to the coach question. But the last question about that game: squib kick or no squib kick in by Buffalo?
Squib.
I think if you're gonna attach a mistake in that final 2 minutes, that was the mistake. Absolutely. That was absolutely the mistake. Listen, maybe Mahomes can score in 8 seconds, but he would have had to prove it to me.
No way.
Maybe he would have had to prove it to me because I would have squibbed that thing. We'd have knocked off at least 3 to 4 seconds off the clock.
Good luck. Here's the problem with that. He got down there in 10 seconds.
I know.
And you still have Tyreek Hill. All you gotta do is give him the ball. All you gotta do is give Tyreek Hill the ball.
And if you're gonna play defense like you played that time, I mean, I'm like me and Cam on the same page. There's no way. There's no way. I'm trying to help me out. I know I'm fussing about that. Why do you rush 4? Please help me out. What? Dude, somebody explain to me. Somebody chime in. Why do you rush 4 when you haven't got to him all night?
So okay, before this,
they saw something that you didn't see. I guess they saw something on the field that you didn't see.
That don't make sense, dude.
I mean, but as much as that you say that doesn't make sense, there's what other reason is there?
That's something. Chad, we weren't there. We weren't there, so they saw something on the field. It's horrible. They the coaches, bro. I mean, hey. We say coaching matters, so
hey, we don't want to get on them. The rest of the world is getting on them about that.
Right.
It was
horrible. I think I would have tried to rush 3 or less.
I'm not rushing 3, Lord. I don't have 3 linemen on the field. Period. There's no reason for 3 linemen to be on the field.
Rushes are defensive ends. Or maybe linebackers that's rushing.
You know what? But that's a bold move, man. To leave Patrick Mahomes in the middle of the field by himself, and you got to hope and pray that you can contain Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, and everybody in double coverages. You got to hope that you can, because if anybody blows it, it's over.
This was worse. This is worse than what Dallas did to me.
Oh no, I ain't gonna say that.
Let me tell you why. It's because it's situational football, and it's where you at in the game.
I feel you, but you're trying to say that what them rushing for was worse than a dude running down the middle of the field,
yes,
and then not even being able to spike the ball because he.
Yes, I'm saying that because I expect it from Dallas. Yes.
No, I will respectfully disagree. I think Dallas was an all-time collapse. That was just.
I don't think rushing. I don't even think it matters if you rush 2 or 3 or 4. I think Mahomes is just that good to figure it out. I don't think it really mattered at that point.
It's an interesting decision, and it maybe cost them, but I think the squib kick cost them more though. You gave him too much time, which sounds ridiculous to say.
How many seconds you get from a squib?
At minimum, they say it's going to be a 5-second thing.
Okay, because I'm about to say because he's got
to catch it. He's got to catch it off whatever the bounce is, and then he's got to go down and declare himself down. And so that movement, according to what I've heard, takes somewhere between 4 and 5 seconds. So now you're functioning at 8 or 9 seconds as opposed to 13, which may or may not. But you also may be working with less of a field too. So I don't know. It's a lot of ifs and buts right now, but it is what it is at this point. Yeah.
But Kansas City moving on.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Kansas City's moving on.
Moving on to
the next game, the Bengals and Titans. Let me just say this, and I'll get out of the way. Let y'all go for it. Titans, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourself. And by Titans, I mean Ryan Tannehill. Shame on you, sir.
We talked about this. I told you guys.
Hey, but do we say something about the Titans coaching? That last 2 minutes and something, what in the hell was they doing for time management?
They blew that. They completely blew their time, man. Yeah, they completely blew theirs.
I mean, really? You running the ball?
Yeah, but that's they strict. Well, but when your quarterback is thrown 3 interceptions, you're nervous. And here's what the irony is: you're running it in a place where you shouldn't be running, as opposed to the 3 interceptions where you should have ran all 3 of those.
But here's the thing here with that. People might get mad at me when I say this, but I don't think you play Derrick Henry as much as you rushed him, because the running back before then was, why do you play Derrick like that?
I mean,
hey, what we say about
Derrick
that
Henry,
MO?
bro.
When you got that big MO, you better ride that momentum, because what's the running back? The one from Atlanta, right? He was with Atlanta for those years.
Yeah, I forget his name. I'll tell you in just a second. I can tell you.
Brother, he was running like crazy, and y'all don't even. And you bring in Derrick Henry?
Foreman. Devontae Foreman? Yeah.
Anybody mentioning the two games? Two games how Devontae Foreman was running before this game here? So nobody's gonna say anything about that.
That boy was running like you said at Florida State.
Exactly.
No, I don't know if I disagree with that either. Because Derrick ran 20 times for 62 yards. Devontae ran 4 times for 66 yards.
Well,
point is proven.
And see, that's the reason that I won so much money off this game, because I felt like if Derrick Henry was going to come back, I personally feel like it was going to hurt the Titans, because they was going to get one-dimensional again. It's like you can load up. You know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
You can beat me with one-on-one play action over the top. I'll take that because I'm going to stop your threat right there.
And it's Foreman. Y'all thinking Freeman because that's the one from he's with the Giants.
Okay. So who's Foreman? Yeah. Is that the running back from Texas?
I don't know where he's from. I actually don't remember Foreman as much as I remember Freeman. Yes, Texas. You got it. Deontay Foreman. Yeah.
But here's the thing. 4th and 1. Everybody and their mama knew that ball was going to Derrick Henry.
Yeah. That's why there was 9 people waiting to congratulate him.
It was 9.5. 9.5.
9.5 people waiting to congratulate. Hey, Derrick, what you doing today? So they definitely didn't call the right game as the pressure grew in Tennessee, which makes me wonder about Mike Vrabel. Because in that kind of 2 years in a row where maybe you can question the coaching. But I'm going to say this, man. With all that, Ryan Tannehill, man, Jesus, man, that ain't it.
And Lord, let me say this.
That ain't it. What you guys, man, about Ryan Tannehill?
He ain't it.
But not. Here's another thing that I'm going to say. And I'm not trying to, Chad, don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes coaching can be, they overthink the game. Because when I say this about Pollard, it's the same thing with the Cowboys with Pollard. You don't give him – Pollard been running crazy the whole year, and you give this man 6 touches in the playoff game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't make sense.
See, to me, some of this coaching stuff, I'm like, it goes out the door when you – sometimes you got to ride that momentum. You got to ride that feeling. Take the X's and O's out the – that's just like Kansas City saying, you know what? We're going to hand the ball off instead of putting the ball in Mahomes' hand. What kind of crap would that be?
Say, Reggie, You look like me. That's how that is how I felt when Baker Mayfield was at Oklahoma and we playing Georgia and we ate them alive in that first half. And then we went to a running game. Like
what are we doing? Yeah.
Like, Lincoln Riley, what are you doing in your first year? What are you doing? Like,
and I know we ain't even got to the NFC. Same thing with the Rams.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Go ahead.
We're going to get there in just a second. I just want to say this. The thing that frustrates me the most about this game, you wasted what was arguably over the weekend the best defense performance of all 4 games. 9 sacks? Bro,
Yeah.
You get 9 sacks, supposed to win that game.
Right.
9.
Yeah.
You got 9 sacks, and you didn't win that game. That makes no sense at all. Because your defense, you can't blame none of that on your defense. So that's the part that I think is the most frustrating out of that game, man. It's just bad. I agree, a bad offensively called game. You put the ball in the hands of a guy who wasn't ready, and you put the ball in the hands to win it in the hands of a guy who has never been ready.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
I mean, Tannehill has never done anything to make you think that's the guy. This is the moment for him to shine. What are we talking about right now? Which brings us to our next game, the 49ers and the Packers. Shout out to the 49ers who did everything they possibly could to lose that game. God bless them. Jimmy Garoppolo is done himself no favors whatsoever during these playoffs. None. He has it. Cam, come on now. What has he done to prove that he should be somebody's starting quarterback?
But you start talking like Jimmy, like it's Jimmy fault they lost.
No, they won. 49ers won.
No. Excuse me.
Oh.
But you talking about Jimmy like it's something negative that he did.
Well, what did he do right? I mean, he didn't do.
He was saved by his team.
Hey, how many losses do he got in the playoffs again?
Right now, just one.
All right.
He was saved by his team, though. He didn't contribute.
What you want to do? You want to throw Trey Lance in there?
Hold on, Cam. Which one of those many wins that you're lauding right now were because of Jimmy Garoppolo?
I'm just saying. So you want to throw Trey Lance in there?
Trey Lance can't do worse.
Wow. Is he proven?
The GOAT over in Green Bay he threw this many touchdowns.
Come on.
Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have nothing to do with that.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about quarterback play that the GOAT threw this many touchdowns.
I agree, but Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have nothing to do with that. Jimmy Garoppolo was watching that performance.
Hey, but the 49ers, let's give a shout out to the special teams.
I do. They played their behind off. Yeah. The special teams played their behind off, and they won that game single-handedly. Because really, nobody got off on the 49ers. Debo didn't. They contained Debo for the most part. 39 yards rushing, 44 yards passing. They contained him. But I mean, they did. They contained Mitchell. The running game for San Francisco wasn't great, but they got zero help also from doggone.
Let's play. Let me do my thing. Hey, the Ravens won the Super Bowl with zero offense.
I mean, it's possible to do.
Denver Broncos won the Super Bowl with zero offense.
Can I ask you a personal question? You want Daniel Jones or you want Garoppolo?
Ain't that the same guy?
Hey, well, first of all,
answer the question.
Ain't that the same guy?
I want you to say it. Answer the question.
First of all, he ain't got a choice. Daniel coming back.
No.
Exactly.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute because I don't know why y'all can't read the TV. Y'all gonna learn that my God listens to me.
I've already said something to him.
Y'all keep thinking my God don't listen to me. My God listens to me. I'm fine. We're fine. There's no panic in Giants land. Trust me.
Wow.
Listen, 49ers scored on a field goal in the third, a block punt, scoop and score in the fourth, and a field goal to win it. So Jimmy Garoppolo and Aaron Rodgers had the same amount of touchdowns.
It happens.
Defensive game.
So it was what was it? It was 72 degrees in Candlestick or something, or what?
My point is Garoppolo is not. He ain't it, bro. You come on now. He ain't it. You know he ain't it.
I ask you once
Well, I
again.
tell you what. Since you asking me questions, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Garoppolo. You ain't got to ask me that. Carson Wentz, Garoppolo. Let me help you. Let me meet you there, man. Ask him. What you ask Reggie too, then?
Reggie?
Carson
Wentz or Garoppolo?
Garoppolo.
I said, come on. You ain't gonna prove no point with me on that.
What is happening right now? What is happening?
Right Garoppolo. Come on.
It's a no-brainer.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say this. Matter
of fact, if I can get him on the cheap next year, I'm gonna take him.
Well, I'll say this. He didn't lose the game for him, which is good, but I don't think he's done him. You might be able to get him on the cheap because I can't imagine anybody paying him any significant amount of money. But let's also go to the other side of the ball. And it's time to say it. You cannot be in the GOAT conversation if you can never win the big game. And I'm sorry, but Aaron Rodgers, my guy. I can't put you in that conversation. You got skill-wise, yes. You got skills, crazy skills. But man, that pressure, that seems like you always calling a plumber because your pipes bust under pressure all the time.
Unless he plays one team.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, Aaron Rodgers has been killing a lot of teams. Don't be putting
No, not like he do. Chad,
playoffs. We're talking about playoffs.
Don't be putting that on us.
I'm just saying, man, we gotta listen. We giving Aaron Rodgers, everybody been giving Aaron Rodgers a pass because he can throw the ball, and he can, but not under pressure.
I've seen him win some games under pressure, bro. I don't
regular season games. You've seen him win regular season games.
No, Chad have seen him win games under pressure. Listen to me.
Right. Well, he's seen it before, but come on now. We're not
in the playoffs.
Well, but come on, that's not an accomplishment. We've beaten him in the playoffs. That's nothing. He can't seem to get it done, man. Get back to the big dance. And he was 5 sacks.
He's got a different team than he had before, man.
When he goes to Denver, he'll win.
When he goes to Denver,
is that what he did? Reggie, keep hope alive. I've been reading some stuff too. Chill.
I don't know.
Wow, somebody says he's a has-been. Jesus.
Whoa.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick.
He a little bit off, Nick.
He must be a Bears fan, too. Nick must be a Bears fan.
That's harsh.
Take a little bit off. I didn't say he was a has-been. I just think he's a cannot right now.
No, I don't think that either. I just think stop comparing him to Brady, and then he'll be fine. He's not.
Stop comparing him to a whole bunch of people. Montana, Aikman, Eli Manning. I mean, pick somebody that won.
What the last one you say?
Eli Manning. Hey, Eli got it done in the playoffs.
Come on now. He has won a Super Bowl.
Wait.
Eli got it done twice.
So it's okay to use that comparison with Eli, but when we say Garoppolo has only lost one playoff game, we can't talk about that.
But Eli actually won the game for us.
Eli didn't win anything for the Giants.
What are you talking about?
Lucky helmet catch.
No, Eli won those games with key throws in all of those games. You can go back to those games.
What was that look? You tell me right now.
Call it what you want. Look, key throw. The damn ball. Hey, the damn ball was where it's supposed to be when it was supposed to be there.
Whoever the maker of that glove that stuck that ball to his head.
They should have had a campaign going immediately after that game. They blew that money. You're right.
Oh, I'll tell you.
But I just
it's how many teams is in the NFL?
32.
I think about 28 of them will take Aaron Rodgers right now. He's still that guy. Hey, and matter of fact, he's probably gonna be the back-to-back MVP of the season.
28. Hey, I say
29. My bad. 29.
I'm giving 30.
Okay.
Hey,
what I say?
Hey, And Buffalo may be questioning. Hey,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to take away from the talent. You can't take away anything from the talent. And you'd be a fool not to take him. Hell, we'll take him right now if you want to come to New York. So that ain't the problem. The problem is I need you to win when I need you to win. And he ain't done that. Listen. You got to call it what it is, man. He ain't done that.
Hey, so what do you say about Dan Marino then?
One of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game, but there were a lot of seasons he didn't even get a chance to get there.
So will you take Dan or you take Aaron?
I take Dan.
Hell no.
I take Dan. I take Dan. You know why you saying hell no? Because you don't remember Dan like you're supposed to.
I do remember.
No. You ninjas always want to forget Dan like he wasn't that dude. Dan still got records out there that ain't been broken on.
I know who Dan is. Don't do me like that.
Then put some respect on his name.
Man, I just think the Green Bay had a different team now than they did back in the day. So I mean,
yeah, but you can go back. They got the same team they had last year. They didn't get done.
Why we can't say that? They 12-5. They was 12-5.
Number 1 seed overall.
Yeah.
What more do you want? What more do you want? You got everybody coming to Lambeau. All the conditions are perfect for you. You got receivers. You got a running game. You got everything you need.
And you beat the Bears twice.
That's the Bears, bro.
Now you just trolling.
That was for that was for my boy Nolan. That was for him.
Hey, he said was he owned the Bears. And then 49ers said, that's right, we own the Bears.
Nolan, don't come on here, cousin.
Hey, the 49ers was like, we own the Bears because you work for us. with your own for yourself. Oh my goodness. That was one of the games that and then the other one, Rams, Tampa Bay. Hey man.
Them additions paid off, I see.
Let me tell you something, man. Talk about coming together at the right time.
Did they pay off, Chad? Really? Did they pay off, Chad?
I think so, man. Yeah, they're coming together. Like you said,
okay.
You got Von Miller making plays. You got OBJ making plays.
Let's talk about situational football once again.
Go ahead, brother.
Say it again. Speak to it, brother.
Let's talk about situational football once again. If Fournette goes down so that they are able to run the clock out, they don't touch the ball. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah, but they got to score when you can. Listen, you got the greatest quarterback ever on your team. Fournette, go down. Please go down. Run the clock out. Now, I was saying the entire game. I was like, listen, it's over now. Because look, I felt like a pick six from Matt Stafford was coming. So not even talking about overtime or nothing like that. I'm just thinking the pick six is coming. And for the coach to trust Stafford like that, it told volumes of what he's seen with Stafford. Like, I don't know if I had Stafford, if I would have been pressing the score like that. For me, I don't know.
You talking about the end of the game?
Yeah, I just don't know if I would have been doing that because this is where Stafford has thrown pick sixes this year. But I don't know if I would have done that.
The third quarter, they started running the ball. Stafford was hotter than a firecracker.
Yeah,
man. He found the rhythm, man.
Hey, that's what my problem was, Cam, is like you just stalled on your game. You just like, you know what? Let me cut the. When you playing the GOAT, you got to put your foot on his throat.
Yeah, I think that's where they made a mistake too, Reggie. You found the rhythm in Stafford that you've been waiting for all season at the right time. Like this is the moment you've been waiting on. This is why you sent Jared Goff's ass packing. So now you want to pull the reins back and be like, nah, let's run the ball. Nah, man, you got to go for it. And luckily, man, Stafford still had something left in the tank after Leonard Fournette scored, man. He went down through.
Can we talk about coaching on this game too?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So Cooper Kupp, he is the little kid, the little guy, right? That leads the league in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and catches, right?
Yeah.
And he was by himself? Okay.
A few times.
Hold up.
A few times.
Hey, and I just want you guys, Reggie, I want you guys to know that I have already reached out to the coaching staff and say, if you need a big free safety, I personally know somebody. Okay. He will be available to draft.
I got one better than that, Cam. Who runs a slot blitz and leaves the safety one-on-one with Cooper Kupp? Who runs a slot blitz?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Hold up. And he didn't even get close to the quarterback. Top. I know they looking at him on jobs. Hey, I get your money, bro. Get your money. But don't ever run a slot blitz towards the main receiver.
He updated his LinkedIn profile right now.
And the safety stood there flat-footed, and Cooper Kupp just went right back.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, I don't know. That you're right, Ray. That was a strange moment in the game. Like, wow, Cooper Kupp's open. Like, of all people, why you got him open? Like, of course he gonna beat you.
Let's be honest. If Cooper Kupp had a little bit more speed,
touchdown.
He's a great route runner.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
They would have had to kick that field goal. You're right.
I can see Odell catching one like that, and on the seam, on the outside, they taking a chance.
Right.
But you left Kupp.
Let's be honest. If OBJ was in that position with Cooper Kupp, he would have scored about 5 or 10 yards. He would have just been gone.
Yeah.
I think Bowles I think he just proved why he is not a head coach and why he is a great coordinator. Still, I mean, it was a bad play, yes, but head coaching, situational football, decision making, you can't coach my team.
Well, I think the running theme that we're really talking about for the whole weekend is what you just said: situational football. Yeah. Do you understand? And are you willing to? Are you trying to take a risk? And are you reading the moment right? Like, analytics is, to me, the most dangerous part of analytics is that when you trust it and you play the numbers, you're taking your gut and what you're seeing out of the decision-making process. And sometimes you got to trust what you just saw. What you just saw was the only thing that can truly beat us in these 42 seconds is Cooper Kupp breaking one or OBJ breaking one. But if I double down in a full-on cover situation, I have a good chance. You know, they have no timeout, so I have a good chance to be able to contain them in the middle of the field, play these edges so they don't get out of bounds, and we got a chance to win this thing, get out of here with it, or at least go to overtime.
Excuse me. You know they're gonna be questioning him that in those head coaches.
I'm sorry, they had one time out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chad.
I'll say, they're gonna be questioning them about their play in these head coaching interviews. Because
I think you have to.
You got to, because like Kim said, situational football. So they definitely gonna be like, what were you thinking in this?
Well, Chad, I talk about situational. I personally talk about situational football because my coach is a dummy when it comes to situational football. Like, we had leagues this year that we gave up. I'm like, why are we not running the ball? Did Jonathan Taylor lead the league and run? Do we have 120 yards in like Baltimore game? Why are we passing the ball and we up 21 in the fourth quarter? And the Rams, why are we throwing the ball on the goal line when we already had the pick? Like, it's just the Titans, we up 21 on both games. It's like situational football. I've been looking at it all year, Chad. It has not been fun at all.
And I saw that Ron put up there, you have to blitz Stafford, but do you blitz him with a slot, a corner? You blitz him? No,
I don't take any of my corners. I don't put any of my corners in that situation at all. Right. If I can't get there with linebackers and ends, then we just don't get there. But to Cam's point earlier, Stafford all season long has folded under linebackers and ends. So I don't. And
he has done what?
He's folded. He's thrown. He's missed the pick six. He's been missed the pick six.
I would say that, and I will give you another interesting stat that I heard this week, that Stafford was the number one quarterback against the blitz this year.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's
yeah. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
So maybe that's why they did it. Maybe that's why they were like, we got to try to do something and throw him off his game. But
the one thing, if and here's the other thing, hats off to McVay, because anybody else probably would have just, let's get rid of this thing. That's you know what I'm saying. But he was like, hold on, let's think this through. Let's think this through. I'd rather lose on a pick six to Stafford than to let the GOAT get the ball in overtime. Like,
that's true.
I'm not gonna see it. So I'm a gamble
That's
right
true.
here.
Yeah.
And the GOAT beat me in the Super Bowl too. Yeah.
Listen, man. We talking about a guy that was down 28-3 in the Super Bowl and came back, and was just down 20-3 in this game and came back. And by the way, he was down 20-3, and the only really had two players, which is basically Mike Evans in double coverage and Leonard Fournette. That's all he had. And still, somehow, Mike Evans beat Jalen Ramsey, push off, but he got it done.
I don't know about that, man.
I don't know.
Go back and watch the play. Go back and watch the play.
Oh, that was touching on
Go
both
back and watch
sides.
the play. Listen, it's only offensive pass interference if they call it offensive pass interference. If they don't call it, then it's a touchdown, and they didn't call it. So, shout out to you, Mike Evans. You pulled that thing off. All right, y'all. Let's get to question number 3. What a weekend, though, man. So, Reg, he's just like, okay, who's going to Super Bowl and why?
Kansas City.
They messed up your prediction, Cam. They screwed the guy screwed you over, so now you got to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Kansas City and the Rams, I think, is going to be the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be offense against defense. I think it's going to be, it looks like a good matchup on paper. So I feel like, Chiefs and LA should be good.
Okay. Where you going, Cam? Where you going?
Chiefs Rams.
Chiefs Rams.
I think the 49ers can do everything right in this game, and I don't think they have enough firepower to deal with the defense. Floyd, Donald, Vaughn, Weller knocking people hats off back there. It's too much. Oh, did I mention Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, it's
got Jalen, but yeah.
Who's gonna have the assignment to be with Hill?
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, let me give you my prediction real quick.
Okay.
My head says Chiefs Rams. The paper says Chiefs Rams. I'm going Chiefs Rams. But like I said to you all last week about 49ers Packers, and we all said, oh, Packers for sure. I'm like, I'm going to go Packers because that's Aaron Rodgers.
Defense and run game.
But everything that it takes to beat the Rams, the 49ers have that. Everything. Other than.
Don't do that.
Other than a quarterback that can prove that he can beat them. But
so
maybe
Stafford has proven over all these years he's proven.
No. I'm not saying he is. What I'm saying is, Garoppolo is the only X factor in this game. Everywhere else, man, the 49ers, they match up pretty well. So while I do think, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Worst possible matchup the Rams could have, because it's a division opponent. They're not afraid of you, and guess what? The Rams don't own LA. So this is going to be 50-50 crowd-wise. Mm-hmm. It's going to be as many 49ers fans in that building. It's going to feel like a home game to them. So it ain't a wash that they're going to beat the Rams. I'm sorry, but I'm going Rams by a hair, but I don't think it's a wash, man. I do not. I think the Rams are going to make it interesting. I mean, the 49ers are going to make it interesting. Now, on the other side, and it's tough to beat a team 3 times, man. So, yeah. I don't know about that one, but I'm going Rams. Now, with Cincy, with all due respect to Cincinnati, I appreciate the journey they've been on, and shout out to Joe Burrow for all he's done this season, and I think they're going to be a problem for the next 10 years. With that being said, Cam, I do not disagree with you at all. I don't know how you stop all that. I don't know how you stop all that. I don't, and they clicking now. Now they clicking. Now they got their swagger back. And then if Tyrann Mathieu plays and he's going to be on Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and if they can get pressure on Burrows like the last
Well,
team
clearly they
did,
can get pressure. Clearly they can get pressure.
the offensive line is terrible.
Me, you, and Cam can get pressure on that offensive line.
Yeah. So no,
They got
I think
the best player in football over there too. That's kind of scary.
Greg, I see your heart, buddy, and I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You're a stellar fan of the show. We appreciate you. I wouldn't recommend that you drink and put your
probably
comment.
already drinking right now.
That's what I'm saying. When you drink and put your comment, it comes off a little. I wouldn't do that. That seems like that's not.
I think Cincinnati. I don't think it's gonna be close. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be close.
I just don't think you want to get a shootout with that dude, man. As listen, Buffalo Bills offense did nothing wrong, and they couldn't beat them. They did nothing wrong, and they couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
And is Burrows better than Josh Allen?
I can't say that right. I can't say that right now.
I'm just saying
no,
a lesser.
No, he's not. No.
Okay, so a lesser quarterback is gonna beat. I'm just saying that they got a tall task, man.
I just hope
they got a tall task.
I just hope it don't get ugly.
I have a feeling it might. Which is why, and I think the networks think the same thing, which is why they gave them the early game. So it's gonna be interesting to see. All right, let's get to the fourth question, which is the one I think for us who are out of the Super Bowl is the most important part of the show. Our new game show called "Who Will Be the Coach?" Who will be the coach? And we got several contestants lined up and ready to go. And let's go and get this out of the way right from the start. There was breaking news yesterday coming out of New Orleans that they no longer have a coach, even though he has 3 years left on his contract. Sean Payton has decided to hang up his clipboard not his clipboard, they don't do that anymore. So maybe his iPad or whatever it is, or Surface. I guess they use Surfaces. But he's no longer going to be the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Juxtapose that with rumors that Jerry is not sold on Mike McCarthy anymore. What do the Dallas Cowboys do with their coaching situation this year?
Mike McCarthy will be the Dallas Cowboys coach this year because we had to give up a whole bunch of stuff to get Sean Payton this year. I don't think Jerry Jones wants to do that. I think he could wait it out a year and have Mike McCarthy fulfill his contract and then go after Sean Payton next year.
I disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
You got to go with the sure thing. And now we're talking about Jerry Jones, who's probably the ultimate gambler as far as the owner. If you want to wait for that, go ahead. Well, go right ahead. Jerry's crazy. If it's me and I'm in Dallas, there is no way I'm letting Dan Quinn get out the door. You got somebody I feel like that can coach, that's been there before. And defense, it's ultimately it's a defensive thing, and the way Dan Quinn got that defense play. Because if you don't make that change now, Dan Quinn's gonna be a head coach for somebody. And if you're willing to take a risk and let him get out the door,
so do you think that their head coach is already in the building?
I think so.
So you go a different route. So do you think the Sean Payton thing doesn't matter? You don't let Dan Quinn out the building.
You don't.
Wow.
I'm not mad at that.
One thing I can't see. You can't fire a coach after his first year. If anybody gonna do it, it's gonna be Jerry, right? We know that.
Right.
You can't. So you're saying you're gonna bring McCarthy back, and they'll tell you how close the Cowboys were. If you don't do stupidity stuff at the end of the game, if you just show up to the game, you beat San Francisco. Like for me, that's what I feel like. They have so much talent. It's like they didn't even show up in the first half, and like that team is so talented on offense and stuff like that. Now I think Kellen Moore needs to go. I do. You need to get an identity on offense. I do. But Dallas got a lot of star power over there. They got a lot of star power, and if you can get the right people there, I don't see a reason why to let Dan Quinn go out the building.
Yeah, I'm with Cam. I'm with you, Cam. I think the more pressing issue is the offensive coordinator. We need, like you said, we need to make a change on that end. I would, if no, there's no change of head coach, I would like to see an offensive coordinator change, and like Cam said, get a new philosophy, something where we can actually believe in, and the players can believe in, and be able to see what we can do at that point.
I think the dance starts, the music hits, you see the girl you want across the room, you got one shot to get her. You got one shot. If you don't get her now, she's going to move on to somebody else. To not go after Sean now, I don't think you get him later. Unless Sean is completely resolved to, I need a break, but I'm gonna come back to you and I'm gonna go to Dallas. And the agreement's already in place. I think you go get him right now. If that's who you want, just go get him right now and pay what you gotta pay and do what you gotta do. I think you're losing Dan Quinn no matter what.
Unless you make him head coach.
Unless you make him head coach. Dan Quinn is at the top of every hiring list. We just interviewed Dan Quinn for the second time.
Yeah.
So Dan Quinn is at the top of every list that's out there. So I just don't know how you come back to Mike McCarthy under these circumstances. I just don't see how you do it. I don't get it.
Well, and here's the other thing when you're talking about Jerry Jones. If you Belichick, if you Mike Tomlin, and I put Sean Payton in that thing, I put Harbaugh in that situation. When you're talking about these kind of coaches, when you're talking about those kind of coaches, they're gonna have to either be the GM and coach, because they're not gonna sit and be a puppet for Jerry. Those coaches are not. The tuna say, you know what, I can't do this no more. Like you can't do that. Like right. So, I think Sean Payton falls in that category. You're going to have to make him GM, and I don't know if Jerry is willing to give up that kind of power, man.
To win, having not won in 26 years.
We're talking about Jerry Jones.
Listen, man. We just hired our first GM outside of our building in 40 years. 40.
But Jerry Jones is not at that point, I don't think, yet.
And you can't use that analogy because y'all got Super Bowls within this time.
That is also true. So I guess my point was, how long do you keep the definition of insanity as told to us by Alcoholics Anonymous is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So
but it's the thing that does he really want to win that bad? Because he's making money hand over fist.
Yes.
Does he really want to win that bad? That's the thing that we want to know. Jerry, what would you do at all costs to win?
Well, let me say this. As a Giants fan, do nothing. Mike McCarthy is awesome, and we appreciate him for who he is and what he is. So let Dan Quinn go be great and let Sean Payton rest. Now, as an objective journalist, I think you'd be crazy not to keep one of those two guys. And Jesse, with all due respect, I think that's totally unfair to say that Dan Quinn gave up that lead. He did, but let me tell you something. He gave it up to arguably the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
There's a room of one that could have pulled that off. So yeah. I can't be mad at him for that. So that's my opinion on that one. But so I think they should go get who they want. If that's Dan Quinn, if that's Sean, go get him right now. But I don't think you can come back with Mike McCarthy and reasonably sell that back to the fan base as hope.
You know what I was thinking from the season when I tell you how the Cowboys were out late watching the fight and everything like that. I don't think they want to play for him. After going back and think, yeah, I going back and think because I don't think they want to play. I don't think they respect him in the locker room like that. Because
Hey man, let me
if
tell you something. Chad,
what,
let me co-sign what you just said. This summer, those guys got to walk around whatever city they live in, here, wherever they go, whatever NFL events, off-season events are going on, the draft. And guess what the topic of conversation is going to be? Damn, dog, y'all couldn't manage 16 seconds? Don't nobody want to answer those questions. That's why Chris Mack is on. Chris Mack, I'm going to share this one right now. Chris Mack is out of a job today because one of his players went to a press conference 2 days ago and they asked him, hey, it feels like the locker room might be tuning them out. Do you care to comment on that? And he said in a microphone, I don't have a comment for that. When you lose the team, man, and we're going to find out real quick whether or not Mike has lost the team. So, but do you want to find that out? Or do you just go ahead and move on? That's the question. Do you really want to wait and find that out? You funny,
Yeah.
Jesse. You funny. I ain't mad at you. Get your TB12 plug in. I ain't mad at you. All right, let's go to my team that Cam seems to think we made some decisions, and I have to bring him back and educate him. It's okay. Go ahead and break the news to me, Cam.
Well, a little birdie told me that you guys are going to stick with Daniel Jones, and he has not been given a first shot.
Yeah, I heard that same birdie.
And you just, you know what? And you just so believe you've heard the voice of the Lord to tell you that.
I don't know. I have heard. Listen, y'all been doubting me all season that I heard the voice of the Lord. All season long, y'all been telling me, oh, they're not going to make no change. They're not going to make their changes. It ain't done nothing but make changes. Now, I did hear the owner say today, Deshaun Watson is not an option. Okay. And I also heard them say we're going to craft an offense around Daniel Jones. I heard that. I believe the Deshaun Watson thing. I don't think he's an option anymore. Because, and honestly, Deshaun Watson not being an option is in alignment with the character of the owners. That is very much true. They don't like a lot of drama. Yeah, they don't like a lot of drama. Hell, we cut Plexico Barris the year after literally the season after he shot him. He caught the game-winning touchdown. In the Super Bowl. Yeah. That very next season, we cut him for shooting himself in the leg. So we're a drama-free, off-field drama-free team. That's what we are. We try to be anyway. Minus the kicker that did all that dumb ish. But he didn't say that Russell Wilson was not off the table. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear his name mentioned in the press conference. Deshaun was mentioned. Russell was not. Now, here's the breaking news for you. The leading candidate for the job in Miami is Brian DeBoer now. I think they're about to make him an offer. Now, why is that significant? Because Brian DeBoer was thought by so many to be the leading candidate for the New York Giants job because of his relationship with the new GM, John Schoen. But that feels like it's not going to happen because, as I told you guys, that is a tough sell to a fan base that has already seen 3 unexperienced coordinators take the head coach job in a row. So I was wondering how he was going to sell that to the Maras and the Tishes. Like, how do you sell that? Josh Allen is great, but bruh, you moving over to the big seat now. So how do you sell that? And apparently, not to say that he did a terrible job selling himself, but I think the circumstances have done a terrible job selling him. So that's why tomorrow's interview is with Brian Flores and Friday's interview is with Leslie Frazier. And today's interview was with the guy that's on staff, Pat Graham. Now, the only reason Pat has an outside chance, because I think they're going to keep Pat no matter what, but he has an outside chance is because of familiarity. But I think it's going to come down to Brian Flores or Leslie Frazier.
So not Dan Quinn either?
I think. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you said Jason Garrett. See, that's why the Lord can't bless your franchise. Stuff like that. Stuff that you're doing right there. That's why the Lord won't hear your prayers.
Well, Lord, Lord, I want Lord to get whatever he wants. Because I need him to bless my franchise with a quarterback.
Right. Listen, Dan Quinn was interviewed, and it could be a possibility. From what I'm hearing, I don't think Dan is the guy they want. I think it's Flores' job to lose. Because that ignites the fan base, which is what we need right now. And it's an easier sell to whoever. See, that's what I said. Ron. But desperate times call for desperate measures, brother.
True.
And you get real open to ideas when ain't nothing else worked.
And the percentage of your team is that. Yes.
Right.
And New York is that.
Right, and New York is that. So I think Brian Flores has a real good shot, or Leslie Frazier. It's whichever one can walk into that ownership room and make the Mars and the Tisches feel that much more comfortable. I know Flores wants Watson. He gonna have to listen. He's gonna have to really go in there and have a conversation with them about Watson. But I think I'm telling y'all, the next quarterback for the New York Giants, I believe, is Russell Wilson.
So out of those two, Leslie Frazier and Flores, which one do you want?
Flores.
I want Flores, but I'm not gonna be mad at Leslie Frazier.
You should be.
Why? Wasn't that your former coordinator? You gotta have some faith, man. All right, but that's my squad.
Yeah,
what about the Saints?
I think it's gonna be Brian Flores too, though. I think.
What do the Saints do? Because they didn't wake up planning this at all.
I think it's gonna be either Todd Bowles or Dennis Allen.
Aaron Rodgers. Don't do that to me, man. Don't listen. That I don't need that kind of hope. I'm gonna stick with Russell Wilson for now, and because then that means I got to go back and apologize for everything.
Yeah, I think it's Todd Bowles or Dennis Allen for New Orleans.
Todd Bowles, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't Todd work with? No, he didn't work with. Was Jameis there when Todd was there, or no? Todd was finishing up with the Jets when Jameis was there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be. I don't know. The Saints are getting started late. They might end up with whatever. Greg said Kellen Moore. Why would you do that?
No, I think Sean Payton would give Todd Bowles an endorsement because I know they coached together before. So I think
Rodgers still owns Green Bay. He does. Say it again, Chad.
I said I think Sean Payton would give Todd Bowles an endorsement because they've coached together before. But
yeah,
I don't know. They could go off the beaten path, and
I think they got to make a splash. I think they got to go get somebody. You just had 16 wonderful years of Sean Payton. You got to go get somebody. You got to go ignite the fires of the franchise one more time.
Is it a big name? Or just experience?
Listen, maybe New Orleans would be willing to do a swap. Swap with y'all. Maybe, I don't know. A college coach. If I'm New Orleans, I don't do that unless I can go get a name. Unless I can go get Dabo or something like that. I don't.
Ed Orgeron?
No. Now he's Mr. Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who you thinking, Cam? You got somebody on your mind?
No, I'm just thinking that they got a really good team. They got a great defense.
Phenomenal defense.
Good running back. They got Michael Cummins coming back. They got the kid Callaway that they drafted Like I just feel like they're a quarterback away or a good quarterback play away.
They are.
I think all that matters when you're talking about coaching. Now, are you gonna have to settle? No, I think you get to put some names out there, and I just that on the cool, that could be a name for Eric Bieniemy too. I don't know,
Ooh, Eric Bieniemy.
But
like
we done
that.
heard we as we know that the Chiefs GM, the assistant GM, went to Chicago. So
which is where I think Eric is going.
Yeah, that's a clear path to Chicago for Eric Bieniemy. So
although I will say this, the rumors are right now that Chicago is trying to wrap up their coaching search by Friday. Eric gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Well, that's always something stupid that Chicago would do. That's what they do.
Well, Ryan is one's in control of it now. So if he can slow him down and say, "Hey, man, let's wait till at least after Sunday. Let me talk to Eric one more time." You need somebody that can develop Justin Fields. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
you got to get somebody that can develop Justin Fields. So
that's your guy.
I'm gonna put a question mark by New Orleans because it's so fresh. We at Chicago now. What are y'all thinking? It should be Eric Bieniemy, I think.
Yeah, I heard they're talking to Jim Caldwell too.
Jim Caldwell is the leader in the clubhouse, from what I'm hearing.
That sucks.
What's wrong with Jim Caldwell? Why are you hating on all your guys? These are former Colts. Why are you looking like that, man? Why are you looking like that? You don't love Jim?
I don't know. I think Bieniemy is a good spot in there.
Bieniemy is perfect for that. Because they need a dynamic offense which they don't have. But and you just wasting Khalil Mack right now. You just wasting him.
Is Harbaugh still on the table?
I think he's for Las Vegas. I think so.
Las Vegas and Miami?
Well, I don't know, man. Like I said, Miami seems to be leaning toward the bowl. So
I had the Bulls actually in Miami. Yeah, actually.
The problem with Miami is the owner's a Michigan man. So he would be crucified at the alma mater for taking Harbaugh at the time that he finally broke through against Ohio State.
Not if we can find a better. Not if we find somebody. I mean, yeah, but not if we can find somebody adequate to replace him, though.
Who is that?
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
That's the point that I'm making. There's nobody that you can name off the top of your head right this minute and say, "Oh, that's a perfect replacement."
Yeah.
So I think you're in a good spot. Don't mess it up. Wow, that's you know what. Jess is coming for y'all tonight.
He's being real rude and ugly right now.
Yeah, he probably got that drink in his hand tonight too, as well. I'm gonna say Bieniemy somehow makes it to Chicago. Somehow, it's either Bieniemy or it might be Caldwell. I hate to say it, but
what about the Bulls?
Oh, listen, I think the Miami thing. They're gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. They're gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. That's Miami. What about Vegas?
Harbaugh.
Stay home. Stay where you at.
That's what they should do, but they probably not gonna do it.
Yeah, because they get a new GM too, right?
Yeah, they got. Have they even hired a GM yet?
No, but the players played for this guy. Clearly, they played for this guy. I don't know if I want to play with that.
I think it's the baggage.
But he did great on all that things going on. He did great. So I feel
fantastic,
like he deserves a shot though. But I don't think he's gonna get it. They want a name there. But this was a good starter for him, being a candidate somewhere else though. At least
they got to get a real coach in that building. And if nothing else, to compete for the AFC West. Like you said, Cam, if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Broncos, the Raiders may not see a playoff game for the next 20 years. So I mean, because they ain't gonna be able to get out of the division, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose 6 games in the division every year. So I mean, they got to get somebody. Josh McDaniels.
I think he is good where he's at. I think he's waiting, just waiting for that.
The heir apparent. Yeah, I think he's the heir apparent, and I don't think he's going nowhere. Be a good fit, but I don't know. Man, Harbaugh might be their best bet.
Yeah,
Harbaugh might be their best bet. What about Minnesota?
And Doug Peterson.
That's actually a really good hire. That's really good hire.
Yeah, I had him.
That's an interesting situation to me too, because what do you do with Kirk Cousins? You got to do something. You got to do something. You can't keep Kirk Cousins. You got to figure something out.
Wow.
And I know his contract sucks, but you got to do something. Vegas doesn't have a new GM yet. Vegas does not have a new GM yet.
You bringing somebody in Minnesota to compete? Or just get rid of them altogether?
I think you got to. You got to do something. You can't keep selling the franchise Kirk Cousins. Or the fan base, Kirk Cousins. Like, we're going to the Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. No, you're not.
Yeah.
And you got phenomenal receivers and Dalvin Cook. Come on, man. You gotta give that team a chance. You gotta give that team a chance. Minnesota, that might be the perfect place for Jim Caldwell. In all honesty, that might be the perfect place for Jim Caldwell. Dome team, he knows how to coach in the dome. Does that very well. He's done it all his career.
Being in the division?
Yeah, in the division, yeah. I think that might be the perfect place for them. What about Jacksonville?
Can Kellen Moore get that too?
If you want to start all the way over,
yeah,
and take the
I think
risk,
be starting from square one.
I feel like the Giants are the cautionary tale to all owners of what you do when you take an unproven, in every young and unproven coordinator and put them in that role. I ain't saying it's not, because to me, the 3 guys that we picked, it wasn't just that they were unproven, they were young and unproven. Like Ben McAdoo, nothing about his resume said he should have been a head coach. Pat Schumer, nothing about his resume. Joe Judge definitely should have been a head coach. So you got to be careful with that, man. You can't keep taking those kind of risks, man. I don't know. What about Jacksonville? I think that's Byron Leftwich's to
yeah.
I think that deal is just about done.
That's who I had.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left to talk about there. And I'd be shocked if it went anywhere other way. Denver.
Sadly, Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Sadly, Dan Quinn.
You on a different route, Cam? No. Yeah, I think that's just paperwork drying and agents getting their numbers right. And finally, the Texans. We forget that the Texans are still out there without a head coach. I think the Texans may be resolved to take whatever's left.
Mike McCarthy.
You know what? I think Mike would go there and just enjoy himself because there's no pressure. There's no pressure and no expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said Matt Eberflus.
I don't even know who that is. He's a coordinator somewhere, right?
The Colts.
Is he any good?
I mean, he had the MVP of the league there.
Don't do that.
So,
See, I'm telling you, man, God can't bless what you're doing right now, Chad. These subtle attacks that you keep having on people's teams, man. The Lord will not shine upon it. And yes, Greg, no judge
was a situation, man.
Do they have to wait on Deshaun? They don't have to. They can make a decision.
Can they actually move him? They can actually go ahead and move him, or they just
the owner can step in and negotiate the deal. Jerry does it all the time. They don't need it.
Jerry say, "I don't care what you do. You get Dion here."
I remember that commercial. I remember that commercial.
No.
I think Houston's going to take whatever's left. They don't care. I don't think Houston really cares at this time. They'll take whatever's left on the table. Right now, Houston
got in trouble the last time.
Right now, Houston is the dude at the lunch line that said, "You can go before me. You can go ahead. Go ahead and get yours. I go last."
I think that's what happened to him last time. I think they need to make a decision though. I don't think they need to get the scraps. They need to go after who they want.
That's what they're doing. They waiting. They like, okay, whatever. All right. Final question of the night. We got some awards to give out, y'all. We got some awards to give out. We got to give out these awards, man. Let's start with that defensive rookie of the year. That seems like a no-brainer to me.
The Lions always hungry.
Who you going with?
That's a no-brainer.
Michael Parsons. Yeah, Michael Parsons.
Yeah, I think Micah is a runaway on that one.
Both of them are.
Well, Diggs makes a strong case. I mean, 10 interceptions. He's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's not a rookie.
He played like one. Yeah. He's not.
Yeah. Yeah, he had rookie moments for sure. He definitely don't play like a 4 or 5 year veteran. Like this is his second or third year. Is that what it is?
Guy, it was the second year, but he was hurt at the back end of last year. So
that's why I felt like he was a rookie. I think that's what I was thinking. But I think it's Parsons, and it's not even close. Offensive rookie of the year.
Not even close.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Man, that's a weapon right there. Jesus. Whew.
Yeah.
They're gonna torch the league for the next.
He's gonna see double. He's gonna see double coverage though.
I don't know if it matters though. Jamar is scary, man. He big, he fast, he's strong.
He's different. I don't know if a double coverage matters with him.
I don't think a double coverage matters with him, man. Jamar got an opportunity to tear up the record books if he can stay healthy. He really does.
He could be just as good as Megatron.
Yeah. And by the way, that's my breakout player of the year as well. I was going to give it to Jonathan because I think Jonathan has had that breakout year, but I also want to respect the fact that Jamar fumbled his way through the preseason, looked horrible, and then became maybe the most dominant wide receiver we've seen in 15 years. I mean, it's hard to, but the only reason I didn't give it to Taylor is because would Taylor have the record if Henry never gets hurt?
We'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Phenomenal season, amazing numbers. I just think Jamar, as what he's done this season, is incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, I had him or Jonathan Taylor. I had both of those down for
that. What you going with, Cam, on the
Cooper.
Breakout?
Cooper.
Oh, who?
Cooper.
Cooper Kupp? That's fair. I think that's a fair choice. Led the league. Basically single-handedly dominated. Not sure why, but he did.
Triple crown.
Yeah, he did his thing. Your breakout is my offensive. I know everybody wants to give it to Aaron Rodgers. I cannot do that. I am going to give it to Cooper Kupp. Put some respect on that man's name. and what he did for this season, man. He's been amazing. He's the reason why Matthew Stafford don't look as crazy. That Matthew Stafford deal don't look quite as crazy as it should. I got to give it up. I got to give it up to him. So who you going with, Chad?
Same. Cooper Kupp, or I gave it a nod to Jonathan Taylor too. But Cooper Kupp was in my first slot.
Is it going to be embarrassing? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to get to that in a minute. Defensive player of the year.
That's an easy one for me too.
Okay.
I wait to hear y'all, but that's easy for me.
Well, for me, it's TJ Watt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's TJ Watt. I mean,
yeah. I had TJ Watt, and then I had Diggs at second, but TJ Watt was first.
Yeah.
Diggs.
Stephon plays offense, Chad. We talking about defensive player of the year.
I said his brother.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. Oh my goodness, you're wrong for that.
He led the league in interceptions, but he also gave up the most yards in the league. You can't do both.
That's why I couldn't give it to Diggs.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said TJ Watt. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't mention the second though.
Cowboy fans got to give their own they love.
No, I'm just man.
That's just what it is. That's what it is. You know it's what it is. What we doing with the most improved?
Man, I said Josh Allen.
You say Josh? I say Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I say Stafford. You lived in Detroit and in obscurity for years. Nobody knew if you were any good at all. And then you go to the Rams and you one game away from the Super Bowl. That's pretty impressive. And you're a big reason why they're there. So I'm going to have to give that dude credit, man. Coach of the year?
Hey, I would give that. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Well, I would say something like that. I could probably.
Oh, we forgot team. We also forgot team. I'm sorry.
I can almost say Diggs and something like that. Most improved. I might can throw that in there.
Yeah, he made a jump.
I can do that.
Yeah, he made a jump.
Because last year he was a bona fide gambler. That's why he get burnt because he gambled so much.
Well, he's still a gambler.
Right. Absolutely.
That changed, yeah. We forgot most improved team. We forgot team.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I was gonna say this. Surely this has to be Cincinnati. Did they win 2 games last year or 3? It wasn't more than 3. I don't think.
Something like that.
I thought that one.
It was like
got hurt. I thought they did.
Maybe 5. I get.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't enough to listen. 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
I have a different most improved team.
Really? Okay.
4 reasons.
Okay.
The team that jumped and bounds and stuff like that. I have 2. No, I'm gonna stick with 1. Cincinnati is. I personally like the way Detroit played. Personally, because it gives hope to the franchise. They say every one of these guys compete. Now, if you look at their losses, bro, most of their losses are like on the same hand. Like,
yeah.
Like, and you can just tell the difference of what they did versus where they are now versus where they might be next year. Like, I don't know, but it's hard. You can't say that. You got Cincinnati to do what they do, and they in the playoffs, and they in the NFC Championship game. Like, politically wise, you're gonna have to give it to Cincinnati. Like,
how about Detroit might be 1 quarterback away from making the same jump Cincinnati made this year? Possibly.
I can see that.
Because Jared Goff didn't win any game for them this year. If they had any quarterback play at all, could have been interesting. Could have been interesting.
So Jared Goff or Carson Wentz?
Ooh, God, what did you just do? What did you just do? That made my ears hurt. I
choose mental health.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there, man. Gee,
that's real tough.
Woo! Jesus, that's hard. That's a hard question.
I choose Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, right? Let's go with Jonathan Taylor. Trent Richardson. I'm sorry, I'm going different. What about coach of the year?
Zach Taylor, man. Zach Taylor.
That's hard to argue, man.
That's
hard to argue, man.
From down in the bottom to conference championship. That's
start calling that
a hell
dude
of an
Drake.
improvement.
Start calling that dude Drake. Started from the bottom. Now we here.
Yeah, that's
now the whole
a big
team's
improvement.
here. Yeah, that's hard to argue against, man. I don't know if I got a rebuttal. Who you going with, Cam?
Because of all the changes, McVay, maybe. It's a lot of personalities, a lot of high-profile personalities.
And he put it all together.
The entire roster.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it all together. No, you're right. That's good. I don't think that's a bad choice. And by the way, might win it. Strong. I think it's going to go to Zach, but McVay makes a very interesting case because it's not easy. And think about this. 3 or 4 of them pieces he put in the middle of the season. And he still made it work. So I think he's going to make a real interesting case. Fellas, who's your MVP?
Goodness. Oh,
who's your MVP?
Oh no.
Who's your MVP?
Oh, no.
Me and Jesse talked about this for about an hour straight this week.
Oh no.
And he has convinced me.
No.
He has convinced me of the writing is on the wall of who the MVP gonna be this year.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Me too, because I have no idea.
I'm listening. Because you might convince me.
Facts.
Discount double check. And I don't say that wanting to say that, but it just makes sense, especially since he already got the all-pro nod. Like Jesse say, 90% of this always go to a quarterback.
Well, listen, I'm not talking about who is going to win it. Who is your MVP? We know Rodgers is going to win it because the media bias is not going to not let him win it.
So who
it's Rodgers or Brady?
So who would you say, Chad? Who would you say that I'm going to say then?
Oh, I thought that's who he was going to say, Rodgers. I thought that's what he was going to say.
Well, he said
either that or
who's
either
not
that
gonna
or
win.
Jonathan.
He said, "Who would you say is going to win? Who would you?"
Right. Forget who's going to win. We know Rodgers or Brady is going to win.
I think you would have said Jonathan Taylor.
See, I'm not biased. I'm not a Cowboy fan. Listen, I'm going to ride the wheels to Cooper Kupp. That was the argument I had with Jesse. We might not see this again. Touchdowns, yards, and catches. We might not see it again. By the way, hats off to Matthew Stafford. Like, get you some receivers and look what he can do.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Y'all gonna be shocked when I tell you this. Seriously, you are. I don't like that this has become an offensive award. I hate it. Because it's a disrespect to the other side of the ball. Because while we're talking about things you might not ever see again, how about you might not ever see anybody else tie or beat Michael Strahan's record? TJ Watt just did that. And you can argue that he and what's my other guys on their team's name? I forget his name, the other end. They may have single-handedly got Pittsburgh into the Super Bowl, into the playoffs, just with defensive play.
He hurt though. Highsmith?
Hayward.
But I'm just saying, it was their defense that got them to the play. It wasn't Roethlisberger. He was trash all season long. The receivers were trash all season long because he was trash all season long. They didn't have a running game. I don't know how the hell they pulled this off. Shit. Oh, sorry. Mike Tomlin might be coach of the year just for the smoke and mirrors that he pulled off in this thing. Yeah. But I got to give TJ Watt some love, man, on the defensive side of the ball, man. Impressive. And with all due respect to my guy, Michael Strahan, with all due respect, his last sack was a legitimate sack. I'm just being honest. Even Mike knows Brett Favre laid down for him and gave him the record, right?
Can we say this about all these people that we keep naming? They got an extra game to play.
They got an extra game. That is very true. Yeah.
And I think the only person that didn't affect was probably Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But having said that, we know Rodgers is going to win it. I mean, the numbers and it's either Rodgers or Brady. Now, do they deserve to win it?
I mean, would you throw? You should throw Pat Mahomes in there. He's still playing.
Yeah, but Pat
led the league in interceptions, I think, Chad.
He's not going to win it because he had that stretch where it was just bad football.
No offense.
Yeah, it was just bad football. But Cooper Kupp should be in the argument. I think Kupp should be in the argument. TJ Watt should be in the argument. At least they should get looked at as with votes.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be Brady or Mahomes. I mean Brady or Rodgers, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's not an offensive award. It's who was the most that's always been my problem with the voting of an MVP. What are we calling MVP? The title says most valuable. Well, where did the Steelers? What's the Steelers' record if TJ Watt is not playing?
They win 2 games, maybe.
They the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
They the Detroit Lions. We didn't do a comeback player of the year, Brad, and that's our fault because we forgot. But it absolutely is Joe Burrow. I don't know how Joe Burrow doesn't win that award.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right. It's become a quarterback award. I don't like that, but that's what it is. So anyway, man, listen. Gonna be a tough weekend to follow up this last divisional round, but hopefully Cincinnati at least makes it interesting. I think the second game is gonna be phenomenal. But that first game, I'm nervous because I feel like I'm gonna be doing other things during that game. Like I may switch over.
Y'all said Chase can deal with the double team, so it may be interesting. It may.
See, this is bigger than Nino Brown, though, Chad. That's what you need to understand.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
This could get ugly real quick.
Yeah, but no, they're gonna be using Joe Mixon, Uzama, T. Higgins.
Well, listen, to your point, Chad, the best defense that they can run against the Chiefs is to keep their ass off the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best defense they got.
Yeah.
Other than that, in the words of the prophet Jay-Z, y'all got less than 4 days to get y'all together. Good luck.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, good luck. I mean, y'all saw what that man did. Y'all saw what that man did on that seam route Sunday. Y'all saw him run past 6 defenders and throw the deuces up. Y'all, good luck. Good luck. That's all I can tell you. Good luck. That was the number 1 defense in the league.
Back-to-back years.
Good luck. That's all I'm telling you. Good luck. Good luck. All right. Final thoughts. I want to go first on that one. Man, I got to give a shout out to the GOAT, man. One of my favorite players, my favorite baseball players of all time, Big Papi, being elected to the Hall of Fame. Man, that is so dope. I love, as much as I can't stand the Red Sox, I love Big Papi. One of my greatest sports moments. Forget any sport. One of my greatest sports moments is watching Big Papi hit that home run against the Yankees that began to put their ass out when they were down 3-0. What? It's true. You gotta take that one, Chad. That's one of my favorite moments. And then double down with the double in the next game. Or was it the opposite? I can't remember. You remember?
You right.
Did I get it right? Okay. I just love Big Papi. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. My love for him will not allow me to root against him. I just can't root against him. So every time the Red Sox played in the World Series, I had to root for him. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't root against them. And I can't stand the Red Sox. But I love Big Papi, so I was stuck. So I got to give it. Now, having said that, Baseball Hall of Fame, you're petty as hell. You're petty.
Big
petty. With a capital P. You are petty. How you going to have a 14-time All-Star, 3-time slugging champion, the home run leader? Listen, It was all good when y'all was chasing them around the United States. Nobody's talking about steroids then, were you? Y'all petty. And that's why nobody care about baseball. Y'all petty. That's my shout out for the day. With your petty, petty asses.
Oh man.
Petty.
I'll go next. Man. Shout out
Petty.
to
I'm sorry, I had to get that laugh again. I'm good now, Chad. I'm good.
You good? You good? So you ain't got no more in you?
I'm good.
Okay.
Petty. Okay, I'm good.
Shout out to Wilmer Hutchins on Spud Webb, man. He got his jersey retired, kind of for the second time. First time I don't know what happened, but he said kids were still wearing number 4. But he got his jersey retired over the weekend, so definitely well deserved. Also, shout out to the girl dads, around the world, man. Shout out to you guys right here, man. And just dads, period, man, because we're definitely a big part of our kids' lives.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to Jonathan Kamiga, man. He's a grown man. At that dunk last night, it was a grown man dunk.
That was a grown man dunk. I give you credit for that.
Grown man dunk.
Petty baseball, you're petty. No, how you gonna have a Hall of Fame? No Barry Bonds, no Roger Clemens, no Sammy petty.
Mark McGuire.
No Mark petty.
Roger Clemens.
That was my last one. For real. That was my last one. Go ahead, Cam. I'm sorry.
Petty.
Petty.
Big petty.
Well, my big poppy moment I want to say first is was when baseball came back after the Boston Marathon and Big Poppy talked and it got that crowd fired up. It got this.
Were you there?
Fired up. No,
were you there?
I wasn't.
You were there?
Okay.
Okay.
But that was so emotional.
Chills.
Yeah,
Chills.
yeah. That was emotional. And then my other shout out goes to Anthony Davis for working his butt off to get back on the court ahead of time. Big time road trip that we're going to be on. And it's going to tell a lot about our season this year, So
big win last night, though. We'll take it.
Yeah. So shouts out to that.
Big win last night.
That's my shout out. And I do have one more shout out. One more.
Go ahead, brother.
Shout out to the nephew. He out there working hard in Tampa. He's working hard. He's shaking some faces. Let me just say that, and he's doing his thing. So
we love it.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. That's all I can say.
Congrats.
Sky's the limit.
We are looking forward to the rest of this week. Again, we have a big show in the morning. If you are a fan of ACC anything, you do not want to miss tomorrow's show with Charlie Ward and the new reigning, defending Kentucky Sportscaster of the Year, Kendrick Haskins. We have all the behind-the-scenes information on the fallout from the firing of Chris Mack. We're going to take you into the rooms where the decisions were being made. We're going to tell you why it went down now and not at the end of the season. We got a lot to talk about with that tomorrow. And then we also going to talk about the comments made by Penny Hardaway, which I think ties into maybe the bigger picture of coaching in college sports right now. So a lot to talk about tomorrow. So don't miss Believe in the ACC tomorrow. Should be a really, really, really good show. And we're back on YouTube, by the way.
What time is that tomorrow?
9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central.
All right.
Start your day off right after you get done with some of the morning show. Just click on your YouTube. Believe in the ACC on YouTube is the name. Just like the 5 on YouTube. And you need the exclamation point for the 5 and spell the 5 out. You got to spell it out. That's what I forgot to tell you. You got to spell it out. The 5 with the exclamation point and then on YouTube. I think that even YouTube has an exclamation point too. Yeah, it's very specific, but we'll get that so you can watch it on YouTube if your YouTube is better. So this has been fun, man. I've enjoyed the show. I know you guys have as well. Thank y'all for riding with your boy and them. And we've had a good time. And thank you, Jesse, for that shout out. we have 0 players on the free agent list. That is true. And the Cowboys have 5. So Jesse
he's not a Cowboys fan.
Jesse be messy, man. But I like it. I'm here for it. Baseball Hall of Fame. You petty. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to get that out. I promise that was my last one. That was really my last one. Anybody else got anything? We good?
Good.
Put up your 5 fingers. We walking out the door. There it is.
Get your 10 when you're plugging in with the there's no mystery. Let's make history with the 5 off the show. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah. Keep it on the floor.